You're no evil.
Try anything and you're canceled, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Nez back for East Society Podcast. The day has come for 2022's Texas Chainsaw Massacre streaming on Netflix. This film was directed by David Blue Garcia, and the guy that portrays Leatherface is Mark Burnham. The other cast, wasn't really sure who they were. I'm sure I've seen them in other films, but they just didn't stand out to me. This is a direct sequel to Tobe Hooper's classic, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And this is set in the present day, and it's nearly 50 years later after the first film. But with this film, we get a group of friends, three young ladies and a young black gentleman. They go to Harlow, Texas. They don't know how I assume they bought the town or whatever, but they're going to turn this town, bring it back to life, turn it around, and make it everyone happy at the town. There's no one living there really, but there's one of the houses, there's an older woman living there. We find out that she was running an orphanage back in the day, and we also find out that Leatherface was living there when he was a kid. We see the picture in the trailer. His face is all scratched out and everything. But so what they do is they tell her, because in the trailer we see her, she's like, "What are you doing in my house?" And then they kind of tell her, "Look, you need to get out, because we're gonna fix all this place up and sell it to everyone." Again, I don't know how they bought this town, but the story is all over the place. It wasn't the greatest, but with the story continuing, she gets evicted. The lady gets evicted. We do see Leatherface, but we just kind of see him with like the sunlight behind him, so we don't really see his face. But he's just a big beast. If you guys remember him from the first film. So with this one, the police, the sheriff show up. They kind of evict her. She's already pulling around a little oxygen tank, so her health isn't the greatest. But with all the stress of her getting evicted, she ends up dying. Leatherface is with her with the sheriff's department, and this is when we see that accident that's in the trailer. And then this is when Leatherface gets mad and he starts his killing spree to take his revenge out on these people that showed up to his town, and would basically cause his I don't know if it was his mom or somebody to die, his guardian. So, but that's the story before all the killing starts. We are introduced again to the character Sally Hardesty. I think that's how you pronounce it. She was the final girl from the original film. She's the one that got away, but then everybody must have disappeared. The Sawyer family, Leatherface, and all of them. So she was always looking for them. She's been looking for them for the past 50 years. So when we find out, she finds out. Because during that accident that's in the beginning of the film, we see that all in the trailer. She hears a radio call over, like, "Hey, we think Leatherface is back, so I think you need to spring back into action." So she comes. That's how she's introduced into the story. But I thought she was awesome in the first film. I mean, it's totally not the same actress, as someone different, but her character. It was reminding me of Laurie Strode in the new Halloweens, how she was gearing up to be a survivalist to fight Michael Myers. So that's what it seemed like Sally was doing. So we see her in the trailer. She's loading up, gets her gear and everything, and she's gonna go fight Leatherface. So I was like, cool, exciting, right on, awesome. But that's not what we get in this. It's like she's there and then she's not there. It seemed like it was. They just wasted her character, and it was the main focus was on these two gals, and they were the ones that were they started off. Well, we see that one girl that got killed in the van, and then we see the black gentleman. We see him in the trailer. This is all stuff in the trailer. He gets attacked by Leatherface, and the two other girls are the ones trying to survive. Now, also, what we see in the trailers, we see, like I said, they're trying to turn this ghost town, bring it back to life. So they're bringing in all these investors, and that's where all the people that are on the bus. So that's how they're all into play. So from here on, we got Sally, we got this group of young adults, and then it just jumbled into a big mess. And then in between all that, killing. The killing was awesome. I mean, all the gore effects were amazing. It was a lot of practical with a mixture of CGI and everything. But I think that's where the budget went. But I mean, the movie was what it was. I mean, the story was all over the place. I did have some issues with it. Again, this is supposedly almost 50 years later. Let's say Leatherface was mid-20s in the first film, and this is now, so he's got to be pushing 80 at least, mid-70s, maybe almost 80. I don't know. But it seems like he just didn't lose. Either he just kept himself in the best shape he could, because you see him in the trailer when he's lifting up that dude with the chainsaw, and I'm like, I'm not in the greatest shape, but I don't know. I just kind of like, he's an old guy, so why? How can? I don't know. I don't know. It was a movie. It's just don't try to put logic into this in these type of films, but. It was stuff like that even my son was watching it with me, and he was kind of like, isn't he an old man now? Why is he? I'm like, I don't know, son. I didn't write the movie, but other than that, I mean, just again, don't try to put logic into this film. Just enjoy it for what it is. The kills are awesome. Leatherface looked really cool. I know a lot of people didn't really care for his face. They didn't like how he looked. Didn't really get that much of a peek at it during the trailer, but once you watch the movie, I thought it looked cool. When we see him holding up the skin mask, I thought that was really, really cool. But overall, again, this film could have been better if they really would have sat down and put the story together a little better. I'm not a filmmaker. I'm not a story writer. I'm not an actor. I'm just a guy trying to tell you what I saw in this film. But I mean, again, I'll watch it again. If it comes out in physical media, I'll buy it. I have all the other films. Part 2 being my favorite, but this Texas Chainsaw franchise timeline is all over the place. So don't try to piece them together. All you need is this film, the original film, and this one. Everything else in between didn't happen. Like Halloween and every other one, other kind of movies like this. But the Leatherface character, it was all over the map throughout the franchise. Again, like I said, part 2 being my favorite one. I do love the original, but I don't know how these. I mean, of course they're gonna make these movies because they're gonna make them. But it was just the character Leatherface was here, then he died, but then he returned again, and he died, and he returned again, and then the remake and the prequel to the remake, and then after the prequel, I think we got Texas Chainsaw 3D. I like that movie. That was a direct sequel to the original one as well. But and then we got that dumb Leatherface movie. It was supposed to be a prequel to everything. It is what it is. Steven Dorff was awesome, but don't try to piece all those films together. If you've seen them all, all you need is, again, Tobe Hooper's 74 film and this one. These are the ones that go together. Everything else is erased in between, but you can enjoy them for what they are. But overall, I'd give this film a thumbs up. It wasn't a hella good, but it was good. It was enjoyable. It was a popcorn movie. Just Leatherface doing what he does, killing people. Again, all the gore effects and the blood, the practicals, the mixture of CGI, awesome. again, the story was just, yeah. But overall, check it out. Put down the comments. Let me know what you thought of it. And will you watch another one if they make another one? You know I will. I mean, I watch all these movies. I mean, this is a character that I've grew up with since I was a little guy. I didn't see the original one in the theater. I saw it when they re-released it, but I saw all the other ones that were in the theater after that. But yeah, that's gonna be it. This review right now. Definitely check out E-Society over on the Skaterness Podcast Network, wherever you listen to your podcasts, or just search MacNez or E-Society and it'll pop up. Also shoot over to Anchor, search E-Society, and listen to all the stuff we have over there. You can follow us on TikTok, E-Society Pod, or Instagram, E-Society Podcast, and Twitter, everything. Just search E-Society and we're there. So, but with everyone, thank you so much for watching. Definitely thank you for listening to our show. And we'll be back. I'll be back next time. Hopefully I can get the Zissou on here to do something or rather. But shout out to everyone that listens to our show, watches this and all that. So, but yeah, now I'm just rambling. So, but anyway, be safe out there. I'll talk to you next time. So until then, be safe. Party on.